welcome to the Southern View. I'm Brian Bechtel. This is Jim, a.k.a. Jim. Big Daddy, Johnny Sin, is not with us because we're in Russia. We're in Russia to get Alea Romanov, Russian royal blood. And this is why, because we're going to Transylvania in Romania to get more product for our sponsor. Vampire mucus.
Snot.
No, I can't say that word makes me cringe, and if you say it too much, I'll get nauseated. And if you say it one time when I'm nauseated, I'm gonna throw up.
You will not last long here.
I don't follow that logic.
I don't either. I don't know why. It's just I don't know.
In Russia, they cut your hands off for stealing. You cannot understand.
Yeah, but mucus don't come out of it. I mean, I can blood, guts. I mean, I was raised on a farm. I'm a farm boy. I got a strong stomach. But it's just the mucus thing that, or if I see somebody throwing up, I'm gonna throw up.
All right, kids. So that's why you get it. That's why you play with it. It freaks out your parents. That's why we're going to get some more because you've been doing that.
And we're thinking about not dehydrating it to sell it. We're thinking about it. Nothing set in stone. Don't look at me like that. My peripheral vision is burning.
We're selling so much of it, it might save a lot of time if we just bottle it right, liquid and all, just straight up, instead of trying to dehydrate it. That way, no one would have to reconstitute the snot.
You shouldn't have said we, because I ain't touching the shit. Okay. But, back to the main point. Alea, we contacted her through the dark web, and she had volunteered to go to Transylvania with us as vampire bait. Patow! We got it. We got this. We got a plan and everything. Well, he's got the plan. He's the vampire expert, and she's going to be the bait, and I'm going to be the middleman. He's going to tell me what to do, and because if somebody gets messed up or severely hurt or killed, preferably me, because he does all the research.
Nothing ever happens bad to anybody.
And Russians don't die.
And we're in Russia.
There you go. We're in Russia, and we're going to go out. No more new cases, as they say, but we're going to go out, when it gets darker and later, and see if we can't find a little Russian late night action. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds great.
We got the bait.
Oh, about Johnny Sin. He took a freighting ship back over to Mobile. So he's not there yet, but he will be soon because he's got to set up there. No, he just can't keep up with us, and we had to move quick. That's what happened. And so he's back there setting up, getting everything ready for the next show. And he's almost there. You can say whatever you want because this is the Southern View.
Since you don't have one yet, just speak up.
Well, I'm hoping you guys could acclimate me to Southern way of thinking.
That's what the world should be saying. That's what we're here to do.
Yes, we're trying to show the world that we're not those people those idiots that get hit by tornadoes. Okay, every now and then I am, but most of the time I'm not.
Here's an opinion that a lot of people probably have of us down here in the South. Well, in the South, let me straighten it out. In the South, we don't do drugs. Those shows with the high redneck and the wife beater tank top shirts yelling, "I love you, baby. That's why I beat sense into you sometimes. Come back and I'll show you how good it'll be this time, baby." Those shows aren't real. Down here, we just listen to music from our favorite band, Meth Leopard, and drink beer. And we would be drinking your brand of beer if we didn't have freaking Corona right here.
I don't know. We had to go away for a second because somebody was beating on the door, and we don't want them to know that we're here to get one of these.
But that's
Russian
proof
women.
that the bait is working.
Yes. I mean, what? Well, we're not in Transylvania, not yet. I
It's
mean,
still working.
it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I'm telling you, this has been such a hectic trip. I mean, and Italy, my heart goes out to them. They're dropping left and right, and we got in so much trouble trying to ditch curfew and stuff. But and then we finally made it here. We love this place, but we just can't enjoy it, and we can't be seen. I guess that's probably why I love it, because it's the dark thing. But tell them something about yourself.
Hello, I am Alea. I am of Russian royal blood, as Brian said before. Because, only vampires like the premium shit.
There you go.
I can go for that. Hell, I like the premium shit too. Okay, that's it. Okay, evidently Russian women are pretty blunt and to the point, and I like that too. But we was gonna inform the American people on the Southern view about how Russia's dealing with this virus, and something the world's never seen. Well, yes, we've seen this several times in the movies. We've never seen this in real life. And we went over the numbers in Russia. I read the numbers, and then I read them again and again, and I said, this can't be right.
What were the numbers?
I didn't even want to remember them because we're in Russia. The numbers are whatever they tell us it is.
Didn't you say that there were no new cases?
Yeah,
today?
there's no new cases in the last...
Everyone is indoor hiding from lions.
What?
Lions?
It is only hearsay. But Sir Vladimir Putin, His Royal Highness, has released lions to keep everyone to social distancing, as they say in the US.
To keep everyone shelter in place. Don't come out, because you're going to be eaten by a damn lion.
To keep everybody huddled together in a small space. That's not social distancing.
I have heard that he has large quantity in stock of lions.
Oh.
And if you go further north, he's probably using Siberian tigers. You never know. But I didn't want to remember the numbers. And yes, they are saying no new cases in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, we were at the actual Coliseum where all this stuff used to happen last episode.
Yes.
In Italy.
Exactly. And you know why there's no new cases? Because the government said there's not. Period. And that's not too far-fetched from that report, because if your government is a dictatorship, it's a lot easier to keep people shelter in place. And if you got a lot of lions, it's easier, I guess. We're going to venture out this evening, so I hope we don't run into them. So, what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living?
No, what does that thing do for a living? Hell yeah, what do you do for a living?
Try and survive. This is Mother Russia, as you know.
Is it hard?
It is very difficult, but it's easy to somebody.
Not for you.
How about bread and toilet paper?
Look at her. She's a Russian. Oh, I'm sorry, Jim. This is more important. She's a Russian woman. And, on TV, well, not lately, they've gotten
and
prettier.
royalty on top of that.
And royalty. So she don't look like no Russian women we seen.
Well, in Russia, you have two types of women. You have the Russian royal blood, and you have Russian prostitute. The prostitute is not so good.
There's no in between.
I was fixing to say.
There is no in between. No.
Oh goodness, we're the wrong country, dude.
I'm sure you got Russian housewives.
You can order them very cheap online.
Domestic.
Well, like
She meant only two women that count. Yeah, that kind of took me by surprise. We're going to tackle a few issues right now, and then we're going to come back to one of our sponsors. Jim, you got something for us? So,
and we could be drinking your beer and talking about how great it is. right here on the hit show, The Southern View.
And that's why that last swipe was there. Your beer here. Hey, it's going to be great because we're starting a phenomenon. Okay, a trend that will soon be a phenomenon. Every state is going to have their local view shows. Every city and then every county, but it's going to start right here in Mobile, Alabama. Well, over there in Mobile, Alabama. And, you know, we're going to go on road trips. This is a stressful road trip, but it's going to get intense. Okay, John?
You know, this is kind of upside down where the U.S. jails begin releasing prisoners to stem COVID-19 infections. U.S. jails are to let out prisoners and inmates in cases of coronavirus infections are being reported in any prison. New York City is releasing vulnerable prisoners without even anybody having the coronavirus. The mayor said on Wednesday, days after Los Angeles and Cleveland freed hundreds of inmates. Would you rather be walking the streets with a bunch of people that kill people or somebody that might have the flu?
I mean, in Mother Russia, you walk around with people that you know personally, like family or friends that have killed multiple people.
Oh, God.
Okay, let me straighten out his facts here. They're releasing older inmates that have no violent history. That's the qualification. You know, they're just in there serving their time, but they're acceptable because if a virus breaks out in the jail, you know, probably they're all going to get it. Hell, they shower together and everything. But they're releasing the vulnerable older inmates who with no violent history. I wanted to say that twice because it's emphasized, and I think it's a great idea.
Why would you let prisoners out if there are no outbreaks of the coronavirus in prison? Why wouldn't you wait until somebody had it?
Well, I'm pretty sure prisoners are on the last to be tested.
I imagine they're the first, but they're an isolated, controllable group. You let people out into an uncontrolled group, which is the Wild Blue Yonder, and you're going to be more likely to run into somebody that has it.
This is more or less known as population control where I am from.
She's talking about the virus.
The strong and the willing will always persevere.
I like that philosophy. Maybe get rid of a lot of these snowflakes.
You know, and you call them snowflakes and you call them idiots. The younger generation, a man does not come into his own until he's 40. And, you know, 45, it's up to the individual. And if they don't come into their own, and they stay an idiot, that's when they need to snip them. That's where that law came in to get sterilized or snipped at age 50 or 3 kids. They're talking about just the idiot people. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Jim, what's next?
Well, here's my story. The Adrian Anderson, 24, was sentenced to an additional 6 months in jail because he's the one that you might have seen on one of the YouTube channels taking the lid off of a ice cream and licking it, putting the lid back on.
That grossed me out.
They caught him. And what they didn't know is that he went, I'm not defending him, don't get me wrong, but he went right around the aisle and got that thing back and went and bought it and took it with him. He didn't leave it there, but that still doesn't forgive him for being stupid and taking that video.
You can't imply illegal activity and don't show that you really didn't do it. I mean, you're guilty. They can use videotapes, pictures, everything in the court of law now. I remember that when they couldn't use pictures. All right, somebody's smoking a joint. Oh, we got a picture of them smoking a joint, and it's like, well, how do you know what's in that paper? How do you know it's marijuana? You know, so that came out. But now they can use those pictures. because they smell marijuana coming from the pitcher.
Maybe it's a scratch and sniff picture.
Exactly.
I'd rather scratch and sniff something else, personally. All right. What's next, Jim? Well, wait a minute. Do you have something to talk about that's going on here in Russia, or are we going to talk about that later when you're going to show?
I mean, there is always something to talk about in Russia, but it's always same shit, different day.
Maybe for you, for us, it would probably be novel.
Yes, that's correct. We're not used to being eyeballed. You know, in Alabama, you eyeball somebody, you stare them down, you're asking for it. I
didn't even know until just now that Russian women were either royalty or prostitutes. So we're learning new things every day.
I think she was just talking about the ones that count. But
no, this is definitely just one of two types of women. Yes.
Well,
we had a moment of silence.
I was trying to think about whether that would be a great place to go.
Yes.
If you look at it one way, that'd be a great place to stay.
All right, let me ask you. This I've been dying to ask. I'm going to ask on camera. During World War II, when soldiers came home, it was mandatory for women to sleep with them to make them happy, even if they're married.
Well, I mean, in Russia, if you sleep next to a woman, don't get too comfortable because she's holding a knife.
But, you know, I was told, and I read a few things, that Russian women were mandatory to sleep with soldiers coming home on leave to show them a good time, make them comfortable because they're going back out.
Yes,
these were
Russian prostitutes.
Yes, exactly. If they're not royalty, if they're royalty, they're exempt from that. So the other ones are prostitutes, like she said.
Personally, I think it was black propaganda, but we'll address that on a later show. Jim, what you got next?
All right, Salt Lake, Utah. All right, Salt Lake is SL, the abbreviation, and Utah is UT, which, if you put them together in big letters, is SL, UT. All right, now somebody decided up there to make some condoms and put Salt Lake, Utah on them, SLUT. The health department officials in Utah thought they had a cute idea for combating HIV, giving away 130,000 condoms with sexy, sly, Utah-themed names. I'll put the picture up for the rest of them. But the gimmick fell flat when Republicans said, no, we don't want to be contributing with state funds to something called slut condoms.
I kind of like the idea.
I am all for the contraceptive. In Russia, we are sort of treated like cattle as women. You know, babies.
Yeah.
So slut condoms wouldn't do well over in Russia either?
Slut condoms would be great in Russia. There are plenty of sluts to appease.
For everybody but royalty.
You know, back in the 70s, this is a true story. Back in the 70s, venereal disease was widespread in Russia, and we wanted to help our comrades out. So we took a big shipment of extra large rubbers, prophylactics, whatever you want to call them, extra large ones, and print small on them, and we sent them to Russia. Just to let them know.
Did you ever see any of those?
No. My eyes are blind from the penile regions of the lesser folks in Russia.
What makes them lesser?
I don't even know what she said. But that was so cool. Didn't it sound good? The penile region. I know what the penile region is. Unless you go to jail.
That's where they're letting these prisoners out from.
Yeah. But, you know, we did a lot of dick swinging in the 70s. Okay, Jim.
Whatever happened to Zealand?
Zealand. Man, I know this. It moved south of the equator and became New Zealand.
just be moved Zealand.
Okay.
Over
So-
here now, Zealand.
I don't even know what the hell Zealand means. What is Zealand?
It means not Russia.
That's kind of what yonder means, I guess, too, huh?
No, really. What's Zealand? Whatever happened to Zealand? Okay.
That's a good question. That's why I asked it.
Oh, you don't
we
know
have-
the answer.
Well, you got New York, New Guinea. They're all knew something from things that existed already.
Man, I'm a history buff. I should know this question. And I do believe Zealand is not a country, but like a proverb or a city in England.
What does it mean? A proverb usually means something.
A place.
A Providence?
Providence. I got confused with the Bible on the Southern View show.
That's because somebody's beer that isn't yours works a whole lot better than most. So if you want us to promote yours,
Come on. I know what brewery company I want to sponsor us. I know it. And you know it too. You see me. Sponsor us, damn it.
It's not vodka, but it will do.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You know, 70% of, well, not anymore. Back in the late 70s, 70%, there was a lot of 70s there, but of Russians were alcoholics. They actually had to stop producing so much vodka. And then in the 80s, the liver disease kicked in. And I don't even know why I'm talking about this. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't y'all a bunch of alcoholics over here?
I mean, we don't use the term alcoholic, we say functioning person. Because it's necessary
Oh,
in
yeah.
today's society to have
put-
good, strong vodka to combat bullshit days.
Right. I mean, you go to a high-class hotel. I mean, their luxury hotel. You go to the shower. You still have to pull the string to get water.
I saw on the internet where vodka consumption also helps stave off the coronavirus.
They also said same thing about cocaine, but we are not in Colombia,
I
we're
saw
in
that.
Russia.
Oh, now wait a minute. It's the alcohol content. And I don't even want to go into that because that's going to get too serious. Okay. Next.
Did you ever think about this? Did you ever think this would ever be true? Adults are spanked more often than children nowadays.
This is absolutely true.
Yes, it is a fact. Nobody spanks their kids, but they spank their wives.
Ah, it's a sexual thing.
Well, duh.
Duh. I don't know. I don't get turned on by getting spanked or spanking that. Okay, I see that. I had to catch up there. But I'm telling you, there's probably a lot more spanking over here in Russia than there is in America.
Absolutely, and it's not the women getting the spankings.
Ooh. We'll talk later about that. Okay, let's move right along. So we've tried to cover as many issues as possible, but we have a lot to talk about. That's why we're moving right along. I want you to subscribe on the bottom and leave us a note. But leave us a comment, subscribe, and we'll give you a shout out and answer your questions.
Even you can suggest missions that we should go on, because this one is going to be finished soon.
There you go.
The next mission from God.
Yes. And do you realize how hard it is to get this damn rotary phone through customs? Gee, nobody knew what the hell it was. But we did it.
This is very difficult to hide in your anus, trust me.
It sounds like somebody might have tried.
I would trust you on that one. But hey, how many people you know have a rotary phone that actually works? Hi, Jim.
Have y'all seen the picture of this guy that's staying at home like he's supposed to, that walks his dog using his drone?
Oh,
I have seen this, yes.
His drone walks his dog. Now that's high-tech sequestering.
yeah, but the drone can't make decisions that the dog gets in a peculiar situation and puts himself in potential harm.
It's not an autonomous drone. It's one that you have
I did
to
see it
control.
where they put the dog on the walker. What do you call that?
Treadmill?
Treadmill. Yeah. Now, oh, that commercial now right now. I love it. The ladies said, "I'm working so hard and I'm getting my steps in." And she was sitting on the bench at the park and she threw the ball and she goes, "And the best way to do that is put your athletic tracker or sports tracker, health tracker on your dog." I got my steps in. I laughed so hard and I was like, I wonder how many people actually do that. Why even do the health tracker if you're not going to follow it? I mean, it's like winning by cheating. If there's no money involved, there's no fun.
Well, there's one thing that's better than money.
Sex?
Well, I wasn't going to say it out loud, but
I was going to say vodka, but you know.
I don't think sex is better than money.
No, but money can buy you great sex. In Russia only.
I don't know. I think you can buy it anywhere, but you kind of lost my train of thought because I don't think money's better than sex. I think money's better than sex.
make up your mind.
I don't think. Patow, there you go. All right, Jim, let's move right along.
Well, since we're in the middle of this crisis and a lot of stores still don't have toilet paper, we have a public service announcement. The police are asking you to stop calling 911 because you've ran out of toilet paper. It's not a freaking emergency. Grab an old t-shirt, some leaves, or the pet dog and wipe your ass. Don't call the police because they're not coming. They're just going to roll their eyes and laugh at you.
Don't grab the damn dog. That's just disgusting. But yeah,
It's soft.
anything. And use your dish towels, old t-shirts, wash them and reuse them. Hey, watch those frugal guys, frugal people. They reuse their butt wiping towels until it's completely dark and little girl says, "Mom, this is too dark, we gotta throw away." And she's like, "No, we can get a few more wipes out of that." I'm serious, I've seen it. Did you see that?
This is news to me, but I do not like what I hear.
Okay, well,
Us Americans will do anything.
no, we're not all like that. We're not all like that. Just if you're dressed like him.
That's just reusable toilet paper, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing.
Why would you not just jump in the shower and wipe your ass with water like God intended?
The water costs more money, I guess, is the philosophy. But I saw the reusable toilet paper, a dozen of them for $50 in a pack, and people were actually buying it. So somebody's washing
Jeez.
their toilet paper. And
it's a virus going around, and it's historical and everything, but when you go to the store, buy things you need, get through the next week, don't put other people out. What's the next issue?
Well, in states where it's legal to smoke weed, what's the legal age usually? Anybody know?
The legal age is 21.
19.
It's 21.
It's 17. Do I hear 18?
Though I hear whenever you're ready.
Yeah, that's about the way it goes. And it's being sanctioned.
How is it?
This is a Canadian boy, 8, wins $200 worth of cannabis products at a youth hockey tournament.
Whoa.
The parents get together, and after all, I guess they smoke weed in Canada, vodka in Russia, and pot in Canada, where they would make these grab bags for kids at the hockey tournament, 8 years old, and actually give it to them.
That's not right. I'll tell you that's not right, because I was selling weed at 12, and I don't want to get beat by him. I thought I had the record.
He's got you. He's 8 years old.
Yeah, but he's not selling it yet.
Well, they say that marijuana stunts your growth, like your brain is not fully developed until you are, or say, 21 or so. So at that point, you literally are killing brain cells until your brain is fully developed.
Well,
But fuck it, let's go to Canada.
Yes.
Hey, that reminds me, we're going to be doing an episode in Colorado soon. And you know how long it's been since I partaked? Jeez, that's going to be a great show or a terrible show because there's no in between once we get to Colorado. It's going to be Rocky Mountain High all the way.
Well, to add what she said, teens who smoke pot are at risk for later life, schizophrenia and psychosis. Harvard Health Medical School says that. So she's got the right track. Teenagers and young adults who are using marijuana may be messing with their heads and hearts in a way they don't approve of.
Holy shit! And it came from somebody from Harvard. So you know it's true.
It must
Bullshit.
be true.
No.
I found it on the internet. It's got to be true.
They have a PhD in Facebook.
You
It's
post a Harvard for your education, everybody's like, oh, he went to Harvard. Shoot. The University of South Alabama teaches better than Harvard. I'm telling you right now. What you got next, Jim?
Well, I guess some people should be arrested in today's little world. High school students spend holiday break building toilet paper pyramid. That's a little irreverent, don't you think? Students at Bullock Creek High School in Midland County needed 16 hours to make 27,434 rolls of toilet paper look like it belonged in ancient Egypt.
This is a lot of ass to wipe.
Yeah.
A lot of ass that didn't get wiped.
So how old is that? And when did they do it? Because everybody needs that shit right now. Or
less of that shit.
Spring
yes.
break. So
yeah,
a
so
couple weeks ago.
all that toilet paper, that's where it's been going? Jeez. That kind of pisses me off. Sounds like a shitty deal.
Or not.
How many thousand? 26,000 rolls of
20.
toilet? I mean, okay, what do they do with it afterwards? Send it to Auburn for their trees?
I saw the other day where a black guy wearing a KKK hat and uniform and robe and all that was found walking around in the parking lot of a mall. Said he was doing a social experiment. I guess he really needed gloves on his hand because some parts sticking out and say, well, that's not a white guy.
I mean, have you ever seen Blazing Saddles?
Yes, I have. Where all the white women at?
They're definitely in Russia, and for a good price you can buy one.
Oh, Patal, there you
We're going to
go.
have to talk after this.
Hey,
Maybe you get me an
what
address,
happened to that guy? Did he get mauled?
No, the cops came up. Cops came up and ran him off. Now, I guess if people couldn't tell that he was a black guy, he probably would have.
He went to the mall.
What?
I said, did he get mauled?
Oh.
Okay, we're back. But that, and they undercover KKK, all that stuff. I'm not all about all that stuff. All people are created equally unless you get hit by a tornado. What's up? We're back to the Southern View. Jim, Leia Romanov. Hey, our Russian royal princess, we're kidnapping her. No, not kidnapping. She volunteered.
I am willing victim. This
Yes.
is true.
And we're going to get more product. Where's the product that didn't you call it? Of vampire mucus. So we're getting
Snot, man. It's not mucus. Well, it is, but it's vampire snot.
all right for a second.
Alea, I notice your gauges are peace signs. So the culture from the 60s of the United States is prevalent in Russia now?
I mean, it could be.
It must be.
Well, that might be why we're hiding and moving in the dark tonight. We will be back with some more material.
Well, you look like you're straight out of the 60s anyway, man.
60s? No. I'm in my Van Helsing outfit.
That's right.
We are gonna throw down. It's gonna be awesome.
We were in Transylvania getting the vampire bait, so
We were in Russia getting her.
well, we went to Transylvania to get to Russia.
Yeah, we got her now. We're going back.
That doesn't change the fact that being a Helsing is appropriate.
I don't know. I probably won't even get noticed dressed like this.
Is this what everybody wears in the South? Or
Yes, that's correct. Everybody wears what I'm wearing, and we're ready.
You all look like a cast member of Tombstone, yes?
There you go.
Yeah, or a
No,
MC at a circus.
I did not know, but I'm excited going from Russia to Colorado.
Hey, I tell you what, we're going to be back. We're going to be back on the Southern View, and our next episode is going to be about...
We're going to go catch up on these new laws about cannabis.
Cannabis, and we're going to have our feature presentation. It's going to be super awesome. Everybody's going to love it. We'll see you on the flip side. Have a good one.